Is the Boise housing market stronger than expected? With mortgage interest rates remaining high and economic uncertainties still looming, you would think more homeowners would be struggling to make their payments. Yet new data shows something surprising. Mortgage delinquencies are actually going down. Fewer homeowners are falling behind on payments, and foreclosure filings are dropping as well. So what does this mean for the buyers, sellers, and investors in the Boise real estate market? And is this a sign that we're in the clear, or is this just the calm before the storm? Let's break it all down. If you're following the Boise housing market closely and want to stay updated, hit that like button and show your support. It helps us bring more valuable insights to you. So to truly understand the current landscape of the Boise housing market, let's first look at where we stand today. Starting with the numbers that matter the most, home prices. As of January 2025, the median home price in Ada County is sitting at $538,000, which represents a 4.27% increase from the previous year. In Canyon County, the median home sold price is up at $425,000. This is up 5.88% from last year. These numbers reflect a steady, sustainable price rise. Not the explosive jumps that we saw about a couple years back, but certainly enough to show that demand is still very much alive in the Boise and surrounding areas. Now, to really understand how we got here, we need to take a look back at what happened in the Boise housing market during the pandemic. From 2020 to 2022, Boise became one of the hottest housing markets in the country. In fact, they were the hottest. With mortgage rates at historic lows and remote work making it easier for people to live anywhere, Boise became a top destination from people moving from higher cost areas like California, Washington, and Oregon. As a result, home prices shot up at an unprecedented pace. In Ada County, for example, the median home sold price went from $374,900 in April of 2020 to $602,250 in May of 2022. That's an incredible increase of 60% in just 2 years. Similar, in Canyon County, the median home price jumped from $277,537 in May of 2020 to $476,500 in May of 2022, making that a 66% increase. But as we all know, what goes up must come down, or at least level out. And as the Federal Reserve started raising the federal funds rate in 2020 to combat rising inflation, mortgage rates followed suit. This had a cooling effect on the buyer's demand here. And then that once red-hot market began to slow down. By the end of 2022, both Ada and Canyon counties saw their median home price dip from the pandemic era peaks. In Ada County, the median home sold price dropped to $515,000 by December of 2022. While in Canyon County, the price dropped to $390,000. However, this correction didn't last long. In 2023, the markets began to stabilize, and by 2024, we started to see more consistent, modest growth. Prices aren't skyrocketing the way they did during the pandemic years, but they're steadily increasing again, and that's a positive sign. In January of 2025, the median price in Ada County is back up to $538,000, and in Canyon, it's at $425,000. These increases of 4.27% and 5.88%, respectively, show a healthier and more sustainable market, one that is growing at a pace that we can maintain. So what do you think about this steady growth in the Boise housing market? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's discuss it. On a national level, mortgage delinquency rates have been declining. That's the other big surprise, which is a positive sign for the housing market as a whole. Despite rising interest rates and affordability challenges, fewer homeowners are falling behind on their mortgage payments. This is a notable shift compared to the previous years when delinquency rates were higher. While data specific to Boise isn't readily available, it's reasonable to expect that local trends may reflect this national improvement, thanks to the area's strong economy and steady housing demand. In addition to that, foreclosure filings are also down. Fewer homeowners across the country are facing foreclosure, which is another positive sign. When foreclosure rates are low, it typically means that homeowners are in a relatively strong financial position And you wouldn't think that considering the economy over the last 4 years.
Come on, man.
But instead of being forced into foreclosure, they're able to either make up their missed payments or, in many cases, they're able to sell their homes for a profit due to the strong equity that they built up over the past few years. This decline in delinquencies and foreclosures can be attributed to a few factors. First, Boise's job market has been strong, with low unemployment rates and a diverse economy. More people have steady jobs, and as a result, they're able to stay current on their mortgage payments. Second, the appreciation in home value over the last few years has given many Boise homeowners substantial equity in their homes. This equity acts as a buffer if homeowners face financial difficulties. If so, they have the option to sell their home and cash out on their equity rather than risk going into foreclosure. Finally, lenders have learned from the 2008 housing crisis and are much more flexible in their dealings with struggling homeowners. Mortgage servicers are offering loan modifications, repayment plans, and other options to help people stay in their homes, which is preventing foreclosures from happening. Share this with anyone who's concerned about foreclosure rates. Let's help them stay informed and ahead of the curve. So what does all of this mean for you? Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Boise housing market. If you are a buyer, the data suggests that while the market is still competitive, it is not nearly as hot as it was during the pandemic, obviously. The extreme bidding wars and all cash offers may be behind us, but there's still a strong demand for both Ada and Canyon counties. The fact that prices are still steadily increasing, albeit at a more moderate rate, suggests that the market is stable and that home values are holding steady. If you're a seller, you're in a favorable position. With foreclosure rates low and demand still relatively strong, you're not competing with a flood of distressed properties. Homes that are in good condition, that are priced reasonably, are still selling, even though they're taking a little bit longer than what they did at the peak of the pandemic. In Ada County, homes are sitting on the market for an average of 51 days, while in Canyon County, they're sitting for 59. While this may feel slower than the ultra-quick sales of the past, just a few years back, it indicates that homes are moving at a healthy pace. For investors, things have changed as well. The market isn't flooded with foreclosures and distressed properties like it was in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis. So finding bargain properties may take more legwork. Investors may need to adjust their strategies and focus more on traditional listings, off-market deals, or even new developments rather than relying on bank-owned properties or discounts. But as we look into the future, experts predict that the Boise housing market will continue to experience steady, if not explosive growth. Please see this last video where I went ahead and talked about that. With mortgage interest rates to remain elevated for the near future and housing supply constrained, home prices in Boise will likely continue to rise gradually, especially in desirable areas like Ada and Canyon counties. But that depends on the restriction of the inventory levels. And now we're in a healthier, more sustainable period of growth. The combination of strong job numbers, high home equity, and responsible lending practices has helped keep the market resilient, even in the face of rising interest rates and economic uncertainty. That said, it's important to note that nothing is guaranteed. Economic shifts, such as changes in unemployment rates or inflation, could impact the housing market. But for now, Boise remains one of the more stable housing markets in the country. So if you are interested in the Boise real estate markets, as I am, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for regular updates. You won't want to miss the next one. So what do you think? Does the data suggest a healthy, stable Boise housing market? Or do you think that trouble could still be on the horizon? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And until the next time, keep making informed real estate moves. God bless, and I look forward to the day that I call you my neighbor.